Nation waiting, weekdays live, and you know how we go. This the Lunatic Raider show. Tap in, we stay mobbing. Update the squad, break the news when it drops. Rumors, headlines, yeah, we covered a lot. 3 p.m. West, 6 p.m. East, we on go. This the Lunatic Raider show. Raider Nation, let's roll. Pull up on the stream, yeah, the nation in the room. Silver and black on my back like a full moon. Breaking news hit, we don't wait, we react. I'm the voice of the nation, put the truth on the map. From the locker room leaks to the rumors in the wind. If it's Raiders or Lions, then you know it's locked in. Monday through Friday, yeah, we cracking it live. Raider fans worldwide, all tapping in the vibe. Top your cars, Lunatic, got the city on tilt. Al Davis torch lit like a legacy built. Ain't no sugar coat, we keep it raw, keep it real. Silver helmets, black shields, that's the code, that's the feel. Hit the live stream, nation slide with the quickness. Every rival talk loud till they end up on the hit list. Rumor on the line, yeah, we break it with precision. Film cut, stats up, every show's a new vision. Letters against the platform, the truth fits. We don't do soft takes, we deliver the real hits. From draft to the field, every play, every quote, we the pulse of the nation. Every hater gets smoked. 3 o'clock west, 6 o'clock on the east. When Lunatic Raiders speak, conversation increase. Put respect on the shield, this the nation's heartbeat. Silver and black on the track with that West Coast heat. Raider Nation, stand tall, stay ready, stay bold. Catch us weekdays live, let the story unfold. From Vegas to the globe, let the whole world know you tuned in to the Lunatic Raider show. And we mobbing.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise! This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Welcome to another 30-minute early episode of the Lunatic Raider Show right here on Raiders Allegiance with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. We're going to talk about the players that we have acquired so far by just verbally. Nothing signed until tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow, everything could be pen to paper and be finito Venezuela. You feel me? So with that being said, I made up some videos of exactly what these players bring into the specific structure and systems that we have both on defense with Rob Leonard. That's supposedly similar to what Mike McDonald is doing in Seattle, as well as Clint Kubiak's offense, what these guys bring to that side of the ball and how it helped others as well. So we're going to do a breakdown of all of them, even the trades we made. Talk about Geno Smith not being released, but instead being traded. We're going to talk about all that, man. But first and only first, man, shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to wait a minute and let y'all go ahead and fill in because I know I usually come on at 3. I want to get 30 minutes early because I got some things to do. But, hey, we're here. We're going to talk about it. I'm sitting here waiting for updates on exactly what's jumping off in day 2. Kind of slow, but the Raiders are freeing up more space on the salary cap. Last time I checked on over the cap, we were at $67 million still under the cap. That's not including the restructure of Geno Smith's contract before we traded him to New York Jets, which gave us an additional $2 million on top of the 8 that we were getting already. But yeah, life is good. Spytech is doing his thizzle. He got that slap your mama seasoning. He's in there cooking, boy. He's cooking. Can't wait to see what happens next. I think there might be it'll pick up a little bit more when things are finalized on Wednesday when you can really sign. We're going to start filling out roster. We got a lot of money to spend, a lot of draft picks. Could even have a trade or two. You never know. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, like I said, let's get to the world's most dangerous chat, man. We up in here. Showcase roll in the building, man. Let's get it, man. You already know what it is.
You ready for this? We outside. This is my inside voice. Raiders!
And it's just like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And by what you're saying, bruh, hey, on everything. This is the thing that I think this, to be truthful, not to be like, being a homer, even though it's all Raiders on mine, but realistically, the way that they're moving and calculating these moves, I think the rebuild could happen. Well, not rebuild happen, but getting back, I think it'd be a short rebuild. Let's just say like that. This rebuild can be very short. Nowadays in today's NFL, that's not hard to do. It's not hard to do with the kind of talent other teams are letting go, as well as the talents coming out of college and how many draft picks and where you're slotted to draft. If you do right by your free agency money and the signings you make, just don't make no dumbass signings, but make signings that make sense with high quality player at those positions, as well as going into the draft and drafting good. We got 11 draft picks. Drafting good. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to be great. Good means these guys come in and can start. They may not go to the Hall of Fame or be Pro Bowlers, but they're helping this team win. If you go into the draft and you knock that out the park, defense we've been looking at. I told y'all on defense we needed linebackers. When I did a mock draft, I drafted 4 of them. not just on one, not just specifically as linebackers, but special teams, later rounds, 7-6 rounds. You get a couple of linebackers that's serviceable. It adds depth to the room as well as give you bodies on special teams that can tackle. And we're seeing that now. We got 2 linebackers already. This is now day 2 of legal tampering, not free agency, legal tampering, and we got 2 ready to sign with us. Now I'm waiting for the draft. What does the draft have in store? One thing I want to address is the number 14th pick. A lot of people is approaching it wrong. The mentality we're having at number 14 is wrong, and I'm gonna break that down too, though. But let's continue on. Shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Raider be out in the building, man. What it is? Appreciate you, my guy, Big Mike. Hey, we got Big Mike G in the building, man. Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up, man. Appreciate you for real. You catch up with everybody, man. Who we got? Jack Mustafa. Salute to you, man. What's the deal, man? Salute. Happy Tuesday. Hope all is well with you and the fam. Yes, sir, man. We up in here. Let me catch up, man. I gotta get my track shoes on. God dang, I'm behind y'all. Raider Paul in the building, man. You already know, man. We in
Ready for
Liddy.
this? We outside. This is my inside voice. Raiders!
And it's just like that.
Planet of the Apes, boy. Planet of the Apes. Shout out to Gorilla Rilla. You know what I mean? That's what that remind me of, boy. Hey, we going ape shit. We going ape shit this year. Who else we got? Eduardo Vigil in the building, man. Salute to you. He said, good drink. Hey, if y'all ain't went and checked out my short, I did a short video about Geno Smith's trade. It's on TikTok under Raiders _ elite, or no, not Raiders. It's under Lunatik _ Raiders on TikTok, as well as I put it on Instagram on Raiders Allegiance and on YouTube, where I had a wonderful dream. I had a dream that Geno didn't get released and he got traded. Boy, all I want for Christmas is a 6th-round pick for Geno Smith in the 7th. Y'all go check it out, man. You know what I mean? I throw a little humor out there for the nation time to time. You feel me? Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Let me see who else we got up in this building, man. Marcus Banks in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Hope all is well. For real, man. We up in here, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody on Instagram, too, watching. I see y'all over there. I got to make my way to the 3rd screen. You feel me? Shout out to, let me see what we got in here. Elisa Garcia in the building. Shorty, an annual in the building, man. Salute to you. Jaya Jones in the building. Salute. Blaster in the building. Blaster 5'9" in the building. Yes, indeed. Ezra Joel in the building. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We're going to get into some good shit. Like I said, I made video breakdowns of what each new guy potentially being in the silver and black, what they bring to this team, man. So stay tuned. We coming with it live and direct. Let me see. Hold on. I got to keep scrolling. God dang. Y'all in here lit for real. Let me see. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Let me see. Showcase in the building as usual. My guy Marcus is in the building. Who else up in here, man? Damn, y'all active for real. Let me see. Raider be out in the building. Let's see. Seems like Jets are tanking. Hey, you know what though? Hey, this is crazy about you saying this shit. What if Geno helps us out twice unintentionally? What happened if Geno sucked ass this year? We got the number 1 pick. I'm not mad at him. I mean, we needed a franchise quarterback. He helped us achieve that. Now he goes to the Jets, right? What if he helps the Jets win? And we got a worse record than them, and they got to trade up with us to get a quarterback with one of them 3 first-round picks the Jets got next year while we sitting on 2. Jets, we won't even be greedy. You want to move up to get whoever, because you might not be far enough to get a quarterback you want, and we up above you, and you want to be like, oh, shit. We got to trade with the Raiders. So, Geno Smith, all you got to do is go to the Jets and win 10 games. Go win 10 games, my brother. And Raider Nation will forgive you. We're halfway there. You gave us a number 1 pick. Now, we're going, hey, we got your back with Wendy's, too. Why I pull that little bitch hair out. Nah, I'm fucking with you. But, man, Go make sure that the Jets win this year, so they have to call us up to move up to get a quarterback. You feel me? They got 3 first-round picks next year. We got 2. Give us at least 2 of them to move, depending on the length, the distance of moving up, where we at and where they're at. Hey, shoot us 2 of them bad boys. Shoot us 2. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. With that being said, man, Geno Smith, go to New York and show the fuck out. Keep your interceptions low, and win a lot of games for the Jets. You feel me? Let's make these guys call us to move up. All right, man. Let's go. Who else we got up in the building, man? Raider C-Dub in the building, man. I see you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Raider Nation. Who welcome back? We all been here. Yes, indeed, man. For real. I'm just about there, man. I'm trying to get through everybody, man. Sunny C, 1382 in the building, man. Salute. Last team that traded Geno Smith, they won the Super Bowl. Bam! Say that shit. The last team that traded Geno Smith won the Super Bowl. Wow. Then we won't be in play for them to trade up with us next year for a quarterback. We'll be sitting at number 32. I'll take it. Hey, bring that juju over here. You feel me? Tomorrow in the building. Salute. Spike Tech really got us more picks. Man, for real. Hey, Spike Tech been doing his thing, bruh. He been doing his thing. He in the kitchen whipping it up, boy. For real. He got that wooden spoon stirring. You feel me? Yes, indeed, man. Who else we got up in here? Kill, die, kill again in the building, man. What it is? Spike Tech is cooking like a motherfucker, boy. He got that fire on the stove up on high. Got that big old gumbo pot. Man, that motherfucker got a little bit of andouille sausage in there, some shrimp, some crab legs. He throwing up some chicken thighs up in that bitch. Ooh, made his roux, throwing a couple of bay leaves in that bitch. Hey, Spike Tech is getting his Creole on, because hey, Spike Tech was out in he spent some time out in Louisiana, if I remember right, as an early scout. I think he was out there, if I remember right. Matter of fact, Lake Charles, Louisiana, that's where my people were at, man. Shout out to my aunt and uncles out there, man. Straight Saint fans. I feel sorry for y'all too, man. Hey, it's gonna be all right. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Who else we got up in here? I'm trying to catch up, man, so we can get into the content. I'm not trying to be here too long. I gotta go do some shit, man. Nav man in the building. What the hell? Headed back to the projects. For real. Yes, sir. J-Dub in the building, man. What's happening? What's happening? You feel me? All right, man. Let's get into this shit, man. I got some content for y'all, man. We about to get crazy with it. We just gonna cover the players that we obtained so far by verbal agreement, but we also got people that we brought in via trade. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get it. I'm gonna do a breakdown, Taylor Johnson and all of them. So we're gonna do a breakdown. I'm gonna start off with, of course, the big fish of the day. You all know Tyler Linderbaum, center that we got from Baltimore. So basically, us trade Max Crosby to Baltimore was basically we sent Max Crosby to Baltimore for 2 first-round picks and Linderbaum plus $3 million. Where did $3 million come from, Lunatic? Well, Stan, I'm going to tell you. Just hold tight. The $3 million comes like this. Max Crosby would have cost us $30 million this year if he would have stayed on his team. Linderbaum is $27 a year that we gave him. $3 million difference. So we saved $3 million. So we sent Max Crosby to Baltimore for 2 first-round picks, Linderbaum and $3 million. Spike Tech did that shit. Go figure. They said that they wanted 2 first and a player. That's basically what we did. It would have been no difference if it was a sign and trade. They signed Linderbaum, trade him to us for Max Crosby, and sent 2 first-round picks with him. That's what it looks like. At the end of the day, that's what it equates to. Not that that's what happened, but it equates to that. Shout out to Walmart Equate brand. Go get you some some Equate products. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. Let me shut my ass up. So Linderbaum is gonna be the first one. Tyler, What's up, Tyler, man? The new center of the silver and black, man. Let's get it. Yada.
How Tyler Linderbaum would help the Raiders and Clint Kubiak's system. Tyler Linderbaum looks like a near-perfect fit for Clint Kubiak because Kubiak has consistently emphasized a balanced, physical, run-first offense, and Linderbaum has long been viewed as an ideal center for a move-based zone rushing attack. 1. He would become the brain of the offensive line. In Kubiak's offense, the center has to do more than snap the ball. He has to identify fronts, set protections, communicate adjustments, and get everyone on the same page before the snap. Linderbaum gives the Raiders a proven high-end center to organize the line, which would settle things for the entire front. His signing also comes after Las Vegas cycled through multiple interior line combinations in 2025. 2. He would unlock the outside zone run game. Kubiak's system works best when the offensive line can reach, climb, and move laterally with precision. That is exactly why Linderbaum has been so highly valued. Even early in his pre-draft evaluation, he was described as a Pro Bowl caliber center who needed to be paired with a move-based rushing scheme. That fits naturally with Kubiak's philosophy. 3. He would make life easier for Ashton Jeanty. Jeanty arrived in Vegas after a huge college career and earned PFWA All-Rookie honors after his 2025 season. Putting Linderbaum in front of him would give Jeanty cleaner interior lanes, better second-level angles, and more consistent cutback opportunities in zone concepts. That matters because Jeanty is at his best when he can press a crease, plant, and explode through it. 4. He would help the other Raiders linemen play in more natural roles. The Raiders entered 2025 with pieces like Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Jackson Powers-Johnson, and DJ Glaze, while also mixing in veterans like Alex Kappa before later moving on from him. Linderbaum would stabilize the center, which could let other players settle around him instead of constantly shifting responsibilities. Most notably, it could allow Jackson Powers-Johnson to stay at guard more consistently, where his power and nastiness could complement Linderbaum's quickness and range. 5. He would be huge for Fernando Mendoza if the Raiders take him number 1. Fernando Mendoza is widely viewed as the favorite to go to the Raiders with the number 1 pick, but that part is still a projection right now, not an official fact. If Vegas does draft him, Linderbaum would be one of the best possible additions for a rookie quarterback because an elite center helps with protection calls, pocket integrity up the middle, identifying blitz looks, settling the offense pre-snap, making play action and boot concepts cleaner for a young QB. That is especially important in a Kubiak offense, where the quarterback benefits from strong run game structure, defined reads, and a center who can help control the front. Bottom line, Linderbaum would help the Raiders in 4 big ways. He fits Kubiak's zone system, upgrades communication, boosts Ashton Jeanty's run game, and gives a likely rookie quarterback in Fernando Mendoza a cleaner runway to develop. With Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Jackson Powers-Johnson, and DJ Glaze already in the mix, adding Linderbaum could turn the offensive line from a question mark into a real foundation.
Oh, that give a motherfucking chills. First off, before I start off with some more, shout out to my guy. You already know who's in the building. Who that is? I'm trying to see. He in the back there, man. Who that is back there? Oh, shit. Look who it is.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice.
D-Nice in the building, man. My guy, man. Spike Tech. Hey, Spike Tech is doing his thizzle. He's wiggling in that kitchen, boy, like no other. You feel me? He got baking powder all over his nose, looking like he doing lines of coke. You know what I mean? He got his hand in the pot, burning the skin off his knuckles, grating the fingertips off when he's grating the cheese, making his new casserole. You feel me? He's in there. Alec M in the building, man. What it is, my brother. I hope all is well.
Ready for this? We outside. This is my inside voice. Raiders!
It is just like that.
Just like that. Shaheem Shabazz, man, what's the deal, man? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Who else we got up in here, man? We got people up in here for real, for real. I got to catch up. I gotta catch up. Make sure I got everybody. Please tell me we play the Jets in Vegas. I don't know if we play the Jets in Vegas. We can find out though. We gonna find out. Don't trip. We gonna figure that out in a minute. Let me see. Spy has done it. The Geno back to the Hey, the Geno trade is amazing. I thought it was just gonna be a release, and on top of that, before they traded him, they doing a restructure that adds another $2 million. So instead of us just saving $8 million trading Geno Smith, we actually get 10. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let me see who else we got in here. Mark is in the building. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Admin is in the building. I've seen somebody in here else. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up to it. Somebody new. Somebody new, man. Who it is? I can't find them. But anyway, if this is your first time here to this channel, man, all I need from you, and it don't cost a dime. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like. If you want to leave a comment, be like, hey, Lunatic, great show. Great breakdown of all the players that's hopefully be pen to paper tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, and they all become Raiders, you know what I mean? And then we wait for the big press conference in Henderson and get all the introductions out the way, man. Let's go. And hopefully there's more movement along the way as well, because we still have, from what over the cap states, we're still at about $67 million under the cap. 67. Malcolm Kuntz is back. They offered him a $11 million deal for 1 year. Now they say the second year recouping from an injury like his needs about 2 years to get back to normal, and I believe it. Because you talking about, these are very large men, you know what I mean, with lower extremity injuries happen because of the weight and movement that they must use at the joint. So yeah, I can see that happening. All right, man, let's continue on. That was Linderbaum breakdown of what he would bring to our offensive line. And see, one thing about Linderbaum, here's the thing also. We look at what he does, what he can do for Genty in the run game, what he can do for Mendoza as a rookie, the offensive line. But here's the key with the offensive line. To be honest with you, the Raiders really don't have to make another move on the offensive line. And let me tell you why. Linderbaum will be a better asset to both guards, left and right guards. Correct? We know we got Colton Miller at left tackle. I would not move JPJ to the left guard spot. I would keep JPJ at right guard. This is why. If all your strength is to the left, that leaves your right side weak. DJ Glaze ain't quite there yet. If you throw Caleb Rogers over there, he's only going to his second year with limited snaps in year one. That right side of the line will be a detriment to our offense. So what you would have to do is, I would keep JPJ at right guard. He's going into his third year. He's going into his third year. He's solid. He's solid at guard or center, but center we got a Pro Bowler, a young 25-year-old Pro Bowler locked down. And notice the terms of the contracts that we've been giving out are all 3-year deals. We got a 3-year deal to see who's gonna make this team and who's not. So that's beautiful. I would keep JPJ at right guard. We need to keep strength at the right side and not put too much youth over there. DJ Glaze, does he stay at right tackle? I don't know. I would let Charles Grant and him battle it out. Winner takes all. It'll be a young right tackle. Fernando Mendoza's right-handed, so therefore he'll be facing in the pocket. He'll be facing the right tackle, where the left tackle needs to have his blind side. That's Colton Miller. I don't want to pull all our strength over there. I want to get the line as balanced as possible. Now, if you do grab another lineman, now I'm saying don't get another offensive lineman. I'm saying if we don't, it's not going to be the end-all be-all. We're not going to sink or swim. We ain't going to swim. We ain't going to sink. I'm just going to say that. We'll swim, but not sink. But you can still adjust the line where you want to put some strength on that right side. Now, if you do go out in free agency and you do have plans of putting Glaze at depth at inside, because he's not going to beat out JPJ. Glaze will not beat JPJ out at a guard spot. It's not going to happen. Keep JPJ at the right guard. You go out there and get you a free agent that is a right tackle. You're done. If you get another one, get another lineman. See, we keep forgetting about the Carlos Rogers, Charles Grants that we got last year. And don't forget, Glaze is still development. Now, here's another key part. Now, when I say Linderbaum will the guards will benefit from a Linderbaum at center than they will out of Meredith. I heard that we tendered Meredith to come back. I'm not mad at that. We need depth. These are our depth pieces. Maybe DJ Glaze becomes a depth piece if you go out in free agency and get you a high quality right tackle, which they're going to be out there. The draft is really going to free up a lot of other players too in free agency. Don't forget that, because you don't know what you're drafting pre-draft. Once you get into the draft, you maneuver, trade back, trade up, select where you're at, get certain players, certain positions. Now that address certain spots, now somebody becomes expendable. A veteran with a high salary might become expendable because you done got you a top-tier offensive lineman in the first round that you did not know was going to be there until you got to the draft next month. So a lot of free agents is going to be created because of the draft as well. These are just people clearing money on the salary cap right now. People that's out here. Notice a lot of these releases is because of money. Has nothing else to do. It doesn't have to do with talent or anything else. It has to do with money. They're freeing up money because there's other positions of need that they got to go after. So they're taking money from here and moving it over here. So I understand that. All right, so let's continue on, man. I don't want to keep dragging it on. So that was Linderbaum. Let's see who we got next up in line, man. We're going to talk to. Let's break this shit down pound for pound. You feel me? So Tyler Linderbaum. Let's go Nakobe Dean. Next one in line, Nakobe Dean, free agent linebacker from Philly. Another great pickup, I believe, for the linebacker core and starting linebacker at that. So let's go, man. Break it down. Liada.
What Nakobe Dean would bring to the Raiders in Rob Leonard's 3-4 defense. Nakobe Dean looks like a strong fit for the Raiders because Las Vegas is shifting to a 3-4 base defense under Rob Leonard, and that front is expected to emphasize versatile linebackers who can trigger downhill, blitz, and run sideline to sideline. The Raiders' scheme change under Leonard has already been publicly identified by the team and national reporting. 1. Speed and range in the middle. Dean brings the kind of quick twitch movement the Raiders need at inside linebacker. He plays fast, flows well to the football, and has the pursuit speed to chase plays to the perimeter, which matters in a defense expected to lean on disguise, movement, and aggressive second-level play. ESPN recently described him as having the pursuit speed to track the ball on the edges. 2. A dangerous blitzer from the second level. This is the biggest appeal. Dean is widely viewed as one of the NFL's best blitzing linebackers, and that skill would fit perfectly in a Mike Macdonald-style family of defenses, where pressure can come from anywhere, and linebackers are often used as part of the disguise package. ESPN called Dean the best blitzing linebacker in the league, and noted his production and disruption in 2025. 3. More freedom for Max Crosby in the front. If Dean threatens offenses as an interior blitzer, that makes protections harder to set against the entire front. That can help create cleaner rush paths for edge players and make Rob Leonard's pressure packages more difficult to diagnose before the snap. This is partly an inference from Dean's blitz value, plus the Raiders' move to Leonard's new front. 4. Downhill run defense and physical tone. Philadelphia's own coverage described Dean as a wrecking ball and a downhill linebacker who strikes quickly and tackles with force. That kind of play style would help set a more violent tone inside for a Raiders defense changing identities in 2026. 5. Some risk still comes with him. Dean is not a perfect player. ESPN noted he can get lost in coverage at times and had a high missed tackle rate on run plays last season. So the fit is strongest if the Raiders use him aggressively as an attacking linebacker, instead of asking him to live in space every snap. Bottom line, Dean would give the Raiders speed, violence, blitz juice, and range at inside linebacker. In Rob Leonard's new 3-4, that makes him valuable as an attacking chess piece who can help energize the front and fit the kind of pressure-oriented structure associated with the Macdonald tree, even if coverage consistency remains a part of his game that has to be managed.
So what this is telling me, they're going out and getting the pieces to apply pressure to offensive quarterbacks. Quarterbacks is not going. You're going to have a long day facing the Raiders defense, and they're not done because God knows what other pieces in the draft we're going to go out there and obtain that can also add to the pressure that we're coming with. So now we're getting on to the defensive side of the ball with the additions that they've made in free agency, soon to be hopefully Raiders as soon as they sign tomorrow. So Nakobe Dean, everybody wanted him. We seen the connection with him and the new linebacker coach. Perfect fit for what we're trying to do. They're going to bring hell to every quarterback that steps on that field against us. That's the key part. Now, my concern is Max Crosby is gone. We know that Tyree Wilson is still here. You just gave Kuntz a 1-year deal. Now you're bringing in these linebackers. We're going to get to a defensive end that we added as well. Defensive tackle has not been addressed. What I'm thinking is they're going to use the draft for this. Right now, we're getting the main guys in here now, the young veterans that we can come in right now, but there's still some foundational pieces in the draft that we're going to target and achieve of getting. Back to the offense real quick. The other thing I want to Linder being the center and helping the guards, Dennison. Offensive line coach Dennison is going to get the most out of these guys. That's another reason why I'm not really concerned with what we have right now. If this is what we're left with and we don't go out in free agency and get another offensive lineman, Dennison was going to get these guys balling. He's going to get them balling. The development of Charles Grant's going to be ridiculous, as well as Caleb Rogers is going to be ridiculous. You still got young guys, and JPJ is going to be more of a monster than he is now. Dennison is going to make sure all these guys develop and are in unison as one on the offensive line. They got to move as one. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. But back to the defense, Nakobe Dean, damn good pickup. Damn good pickup. You know what I mean? So let's keep it moving. Next up, we're going to talk about, let me see. Oh, shit. Next one up in line, another linebacker. Like I told you, we got more than one linebacker. Quay Walker, former linebacker of the Green Bay Packers, man. Let's get into the breakdown of what he brings to this defense in a 3-4 under Rob Leonard. Let's go.
What Quay Walker would bring to the Raiders in Rob Leonard's 3-4 defense. Quay Walker would make a lot of sense for the Raiders because Leonard is expected to run a 3-4 structure, and defenses in the Mike Macdonald orbit are built around linebackers who can run, cover ground, disguise pressure, and clean up plays from sideline to sideline. ESPN has reported the Raiders are moving to a 3-4 under Leonard, while Macdonald's Seahawks have leaned heavily on split safety looks and post-snap disguise. 1. Range and speed at inside linebacker. Walker's biggest value is his movement ability. ESPN described him as a linebacker with explosive traits who can cover ground as a run-and-hit defender, and NFL.com has highlighted his exceptional range and speed. That type of athlete fits well in a defense that asks inside linebackers to scrape, flow, and close fast behind a 3-4 front. 2. Better run defense in the middle. Walker improved as a run defender in 2025. ESPN noted he diagnosed the run faster and averaged 4.9 tackles on designed rushes per game, which ranked 11th. That matters for the Raiders because a 3-4 front works best when the inside linebackers are clean readers who can trigger downhill and finish. 3. A communicator in the middle of the defense. Green Bay used Walker as its Mike linebacker, with responsibility for the communication headset and relaying calls. That is a big deal in a defense expected to use disguise, shifting fronts, and changing pictures after the snap. Walker would not just bring talent, he would bring command presence to the middle of the defense. 4. More blitz flexibility for Rob Leonard. Packers.com noted that Green Bay's linebackers were used heavily in the pass rush plan through blitzes and simulated pressures. Walker himself finished 2025 with 2.5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, and 4 pass breakups, which shows he can contribute as a pressure piece instead of just a stack and tackle linebacker. That versatility fits the kind of pressure menu associated with Macdonald-style defenses. 5. More freedom for the Raiders front. A linebacker with Walker's range helps everybody else. He can erase space behind the defensive line, clean up missed gaps, and make it easier for edge rushers and hybrid defenders to attack. That is especially useful in a defense designed to muddy reads for quarterbacks and create hesitation before the snap. This fit point is an inference from Walker's role traits and the reported structure of Leonard's defense. Bottom line, Walker would give the Raiders speed, range, communication, and versatility at inside linebacker. In Leonard's 3-4, he profiles as the kind of linebacker who can help stabilize the run defense, carry communication duties, and add value in pressure packages while fitting the broader disguise-heavy style tied to the McDonald tree.
And there it is. They're adding the pieces that they need for this defense. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the totality of these additions on the defensive side. I knew we got to go heavy on defense because we lost a shitload of linebackers. We traded away Max Crosby, but we're bringing in people. We got 2 linebackers that's going to hold it down, 25 years of age, former Georgia Bulldogs. They come from a good program in college. They're built. These ain't the really foundational guys, but they're getting 3-year deals. So what I'm noticing about this is you got a 3-year deal with these new guys that we're bringing in. That got 3 years here. So this is letting us know where Clint Kubiak is going to be allowed to do what he does to get this team to where we need to be. He's given the time that you need as a head coach to make this shit be built in the right direction. We're getting pieces in here that's young. Because you figure in 3 years, they're going to only be 28 years old. But not just that. Here's the correlation with the draft picks. You go into the draft. Anything outside the first round will be 4-year deals. That means after 3 years, now we get to come see, do you get an extension? It's the extension year of a rookie coming out of college. After your 3rd year, extension. So we're going to have enough under the belt, 3 years of the guys that we're signing in free agency, not to mention the guys next year we sign as well. The free agency don't stop. You know what I mean? You don't do good 1 year, then the next year you take a break. It's 1 year to the next. So next year we're going to be in next year's draft doing the same. Next year's season doing the same thing. Maybe even with a little more money. That's the key. Because that dead cap money comes off that cap real nice. You feel me? So they're building the defense. These ain't guys they may not wow you. You know what I mean? Like I said, they may not wow you. There's not a wow factor to them. But I've always said the machine as a whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And what that means is we can't just look at the individual just as an individual. You look at that individual of how does he fit the whole defensive scheme? What is his position? What is his job in this defense? And is he good at his job? Sometimes he might not be able to do his job all the time and have to do somebody else's in case somebody is out of position or whatnot or make a mental error. Sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself and be like, okay, I got to do something that I'm not great at doing, but I got to do it. But if everybody plays within their job, what's expected of them on the defensive side of the ball. Rob Leonard is trying to do this defense, and I know with Clint Kubiak, they want it similar to Seattle. Why? Because it works. It wins Super Bowls. If you can build your team in that facet, you don't have to be an identical cookie cutter of that defense. You might even improve from that defense because you might have talent at certain positions that Seattle don't. So you utilize the strengths of those individuals that's brought in here into a 3-4 defense, which is only a base. You're not going to be in the 3-4 all game long. You're going to move around. There's going to be a lot of nickels and dimes going on out there. It's going to be a pocket full of change in that secondary. There's going to be a lot of pocket change in that secondary. A lot of nickels and dimes shaking in your pocket. You feel me? So we got to take care of the back end as well. But we're doing that. We're going to get into it some more. Okay, so that was another Quay Walker, former linebacker of Green Bay, young, 25 years of age, former Georgia Bulldog. Let's continue on, shall we? Shall we continue on? Now let's get to the defensive end. And I hate when people say this about this young man, because this is not what it is. A lot of people think that we went out here. His name is Kwity Paye, former defensive end of the Indianapolis Colts. Not an older. He's like 27. I hate people using the term Max Crosby's replacement. No. Let's not say that. Max Crosby never played in our defense. The defense we're running this year, Max Crosby never played in that. So this guy is not Max Crosby's replacement. This guy is our new defensive end in our 3-4 base that we're running. So without further delay, man, let's get into it. Let this young man get in here and let these guys cook in the field the same way Spike Tech is cooking in the kitchen. Palms itching. In the kitchen cooking chickens. Let's go.
What Kwity Paye would bring to the Raiders in Rob Leonard's 3-4 defense. Kwity Paye would give the Raiders a physical, athletic edge defender who fits a front built on toughness, movement, and disciplined run defense. ESPN's current free agency tracker says Paye has signed with Las Vegas and describes him as a rusher with speed off the ball and lateral movement who can be effective on stunts, even if he is still developing a more complete pass rush arsenal. The Raiders are also moving to a 3-4 base defense under Rob Leonard, according to ESPN. 1. He would help set a tougher edge. In a 3-4 defense, outside edge players have to do more than just hunt sacks. They have to anchor against the run, set firm edges, and force plays back inside. Paye's combination of explosiveness and physicality makes him a strong fit for that kind of role, especially in a defense that wants to play more disciplined, assignment-sound football. 2. He would add more movement-based pass rush value. One of Paye's better traits is that he can be useful in stunts and games, which matters in a defense expected to resemble the disguise-heavy, movement-oriented style associated with Mike Macdonald's Seahawks. That type of system values rushers who can loop, crash, and create confusion instead of just winning one way every snap. 3. He would give Rob Leonard a more versatile front piece. Paye has shown he can be a productive starter. ESPN noted he had at least 8 sacks in both 2023 and 2024 before posting 4 sacks and 27 pressures in 2025. That suggests he can give the Raiders a steady every-down presence with enough athletic upside to be used in multiple ways across the front. 4. He would fit a defense built on disguise and discipline. McDonald-style defenses have earned praise for using versatile defenders in a disciplined zone-heavy structure that changes the picture for quarterbacks after the snap. Paye's burst and lateral ability make him a natural fit for a system like that, where edge defenders are asked to play with both aggression and control. This fit is partly an inference based on Paye's traits and the reported direction of the Raiders' scheme. Bottom line, Paye would bring the Raiders' edge strength, athleticism, stunt ability, and front seven versatility. In Rob Leonard's 3-4, he projects as a rugged, scheme-flexible edge defender who can help stabilize the run defense while adding pressure value in a movement-based system.
See, I'm liking these moves, and this is the reason why I like these moves. It's because you're going out there finding the right guy to fit what you're trying to do. So it's one thing of already having guys here and you're trying to find a place for them by what they're finding out what their strengths, what their weaknesses are. Then you try to find somewhere in your defense to place them. Free agency in the draft, you go out there and get those guys for specific reasons in your defense. That means you're going to get a better fit. You're going to get a better fit. So they specifically went out and got this guy knowing what they're going to use him for. Set the edge. You know what I mean? So we got to figure out now they got to figure out between Kuntz, Tyree, what are we going to use these guys for? We still need a nose. We need a nose tackle. Not just a nose, we need the other DTs as well. Who's on here that's going to be the one starting on this team? But that is a great move because, like I said, you went out and got a guy for what he has as talent, and you have time to see. He's 27 years of age, so you've seen what his line of work is, what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are. Where does he fit in our defense? They knew. They went out. They got him. Let's go. Next up, we're going to talk about the Jalen Naylor wide receiver signing from Minnesota, another slot-type dude. Some people say he's a number one. No, he's not. It's not a number one. Potentially, can he be? He only had one drop last year. And that's playing with old garbage-ass J.J. McCarthy. You know what I mean? So that's something that can be told. He has speed, quickness, agility. If you go watch his film, he's very, very agile, very athletic young man at standing at 5'11", 199 pounds. But he signs a 3-year deal. The common denominator, these guys we got a 3-year window to see who sticks and who don't. So without further delay, man, let's get into it. Jalen Naylor, wide receiver out of Minnesota in the silver and black. Let's go.
How Jalen Naylor would help the Raiders in Clint Kubiak's system. Jalen Naylor would give the Raiders a speed element and vertical stress receiver that fits naturally in Clint Kubiak's offense. ESPN reported today that Las Vegas agreed to terms with Naylor on a 3-year deal and noted that over the past 2 seasons, he posted 57 catches, 858 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a career-best 15.3 yards per catch in 2025. That kind of downfield efficiency fits a Kubiak system built around balance, play action, and explosive shots. 1. He would give Kubiak a true field stretcher. Kubiak's offenses are built to marry the run game with play action and chunk plays. Naylor helps because he can threaten defenses vertically, which forces safeties to respect the deep ball and open space underneath for the rest of the passing game. His 15.3 yards per catch in 2025 point directly to that role. 2. He would make play action more dangerous. A balanced Kubiak offense wants defenses stepping forward against the run, then getting punished over the top. Naylor's speed gives the Raiders a receiver who can turn those play action looks into explosive gains, whether on deep crossers, posts, or sideline shots. Kubiak has publicly emphasized building a balanced, smart, tough, physical offense, which makes this kind of receiver especially valuable. 3. He would help Fernando Mendoza right away. Fernando Mendoza is still not officially the pick, but multiple current draft reports say he is the overwhelming favorite to go number 1 to the Raiders. Mendoza is widely praised for accuracy, timing, and on-schedule decision-making, so adding a receiver who can separate vertically and create explosive windows would make life easier on a rookie quarterback. Naylor gives Mendoza a target who can punish single coverage and reward accurate deep throws. 4. He would open up the rest of the offense. Even if Naylor is not the number 1 receiver in volume, his speed changes coverage structure. Defenses have to account for him, which can create lighter boxes for the run game and easier underneath opportunities for other pass catchers. In a Kubiak offense, that ripple effect matters almost as much as raw catch totals. This is an inference based on Naylor's vertical profile and Kubiak's play-action structure. Bottom line, Naylor would help the Raiders by bringing speed, vertical juice, and play-action value to Clint Kubiak's offense. And if Fernando Mendoza is the expected number 1 overall pick, Naylor would give the rookie quarterback a field-stretching weapon who can create explosive plays and make the passing game easier to structure from day 1.
That's another good one. Another good signing. See everything. See here's the blessing you get for being the first overall pick. You know who you're going to pick before anybody else knows who they're going to pick. So that means you can get a head start on building your roster around the guy coming in number 1 overall before anybody else can, because everybody else don't know who the fuck they picking in the order that they're picking. Jets are there at number 2. They have an idea. They want to move up to get Fernando Mendoza. There I go again. Fernando Mendoza. And the thing that will fuck them up is if we didn't draft Mendoza, then now, you know what I mean? They don't know who they're drafting. We can change the outcome of this whole draft just by our one decision at number 1 overall. But with the number 1 overall pick, since the end of the season, and we knew we got number 1, look how much time we had to plan for this. How much time did you have the plan for knowing who you're going to pick at number 1 and putting everything in order to make sure that this young man will be successful? What did we do? We went out and got the best center in free agency. That's going to definitely help him. What else did you do? You went and got him another weapon on offense. What else do you do? You're building your defense to help with his development and winning games by keeping the score low. Because if you got a defense that's very aggressive, that keeps offenses on their heels and keeps the score low, that means that young man does not have to score a lot to win games. So everything, and this is exactly everything that was said by Clint Kubiak. If you got a young guy, you got to put the things around him to make him successful. I got to have a smart center. Not too big, but not too big. Linderbaum all day. He just described Linderbaum. You talk to him about what's the kind of quarterback you want in this system. He described Mendoza to a T. He was telling us. We just didn't know who to attach it to. We knew he was talking about Linderbaum, so I knew they was going after him with top dollar. That was bottom line. When he said, I need a center who's very intellectual, who's big, but not, as athletic, but not too big in the ass. Linderbaum all day long, what, 305? But you ever watch his film? The dude moves. That he's a brick wall. So I'm like, okay, and then he started talking about quarterbacks and everything he said. I said, man, that's Mendoza all day long he's talking about. He already knew what he needed to make this offense work. Defense, he said, I knew the defense, what the defense has to be. Why did Rob Leonard get the job? Everybody said to keep Max here. Where's Max? I thought Rob Leonard was hired for Max Crosby. Where's those people at? Come out from under those rocks. Everybody said, oh, that they just hired Rob Leonard to be they knew they was trading Max Crosby 2 months ago, from what I heard. They said that Mark Davis went to Max Crosby's house 2 months ago and sat there and talked about it. They knew it was time. And what Max said was, I'm not going to let it be known that I asked for a trade so you can get the max out of this deal. And what did they do? Got the max out of this deal from Baltimore. Well played, Max. Well played. Why punk-ass Derek Carr couldn't do that shit with New Orleans? Yeah, I said it. I said it might ruffle some feathers, but some of y'all getting plucked anyway. Why Derek Carr couldn't do that with the right one? He was so hard, so ass hurt because they benched him the same way Max Crosby got benched too. Let's keep it 100. Max Crosby got benched the same way Derek Carr got benched. But Derek Carr didn't help the Raiders. They gave him permission to talk his shit and go find a trade, but I know he was in their ear and say, well, just say it didn't work out. You know what I mean? And we couldn't trade for you, and they're going to release you anyway. We'll get you for free. Max Crosby said, I'm going to shut the fuck up, let y'all do what y'all do, get out there and get the best deal you can get. I'm not going to leave you high and dry. And Max Crosby seen when Derek Carr left, so that's probably the reason why he did it this way. The total opposite. Didn't cry, didn't pout, didn't put it out in the media. I demanded a trade. He shut the fuck up, sat back, and let Spy Tech go ahead and work his magic. And what happened? We got $30 million under the cap, two draft picks. You know what I mean? Bro, 2 first-round draft picks. Let's not undersell that shit. But why Carr couldn't do that shit? Carr could have been like, I'm going to go to the Saints. Saints got a deal for you. You mean we couldn't get at least a 7th? At the worst deal possible, we couldn't get a 7th for Derek Carr? So we knew they was in cahoots. He helped the enemy. Max Crosby helped us. That's the difference of being the recognition and being the face of a franchise, even when you're leaving. He left us with something. Okay, Raiders, go handle your business. I'm going to go try to win now. But, hey, and you never know. Max Crosby is the kind of guy to end his career with the Raiders just because. By then, we might be the contenders that we hope to be, that we're looking to build this team to be. And he'll come back one day and be like, I'm going to help y'all out. We're going to get this shit before I go. He might not get one in Baltimore, but at least he went out and tried. And he didn't do us scandalous. He didn't hit us with no Vaseline. Max Crosby went out like a champ. He left home, but he didn't leave home with not leaving home with nothing. He left home with something. Double entendre. He didn't leave himself with something. He left with his ability to go to another team and try to win, but he also left the Raiders with something. Here's $30 million and 2 first-round picks. That's how it's supposed to be done when you have loyalty to a franchise. It may work out all the time. They may do you dirty, or you may do them dirty. I done seen players do us dirty. Omari Cooper quitting on plays. Randy Moss not wanting to be here. I done been alive long enough to see all this shit. All this shit. Now, last but not least, man, we got one more guy on the list, man. This comes courtesy of a trade with the Buffalo Bills in Taron Johnson, cornerback. He's a little bit older, 29 years of age. He has 2 years left on his deal. For 2026, he's 8.67 million on the cap. In 2027, he's 10 million on the cap. Here's another guy. You go out there that was going to be released the same way we did Geno Smith to New York Giants. Buffalo did with Taron Johnson coming to us, man. So without further delay, what does Taron Johnson add to this defense that we're going to run this year under Rob Leonard, man? Let's go.
What Taron Johnson would bring to the Raiders and Rob Leonard's 3 and 4 defense. Taron Johnson would give the Raiders a smart, physical nickel defender who fits a defense built on disguise, communication, and versatility. ESPN reported the Raiders acquired Johnson from the Bills on March 8th. And the Raiders are also switching to a 3-4 base defense under Rob Leonard. ESPN's reporting on Mike Macdonald's Seahawks notes that those defenses like to show 2 deep shells before the snap and force quarterbacks to sort things out after the snap, which makes an instinctive slot corner especially valuable. 1. He would lock down the nickel spot. Johnson's biggest value is that he is a proven inside corner, and that matters because modern defenses spend so much time in nickel. Buffalo's own tracker described him specifically as a nickel corner, and his addition gives Las Vegas a steady specialist at one of the most important spots in a disguise-heavy secondary. 2. He would help the disguise packages work. A McDonald-style structure depends on defensive backs who can handle shifting responsibilities after the snap. Because the Seahawks-style approach leans on 2 high looks and post-snap rotation, the nickel corner has to communicate, match routes, and react quickly in space. Johnson helps there because he is an experienced veteran who has played in a system that demanded awareness and versatility from the slot. This fit is partly an inference from his role and the reported structure of the defense. 3. He would add toughness in run support. Slot corners in this type of defense are not just cover guys. They have to trigger downhill, tackle, and help close space on perimeter runs and short throws. Johnson has built his reputation as a physical inside defender, so he would help the Raiders play faster and tougher on the edges from the nickel spot. His acquisition also clearly filled a need, according to ESPN's Raiders tracker. 4. He would make life easier on the rest of the secondary. When you have a dependable nickel, you can be more flexible everywhere else. Johnson's presence would let the Raiders move pieces around him and trust the slot position to stay stable, while the defense changes pictures before and after the snap. In a Leonard defense expected to mirror some of the Seahawks' post-snap disguise ideas, that kind of stability is a big deal. Bottom line, Johnson would bring the Raiders' experience, physicality, slot coverage stability, and scheme versatility. In Rob Leonard's 3-4, he projects as a key nickel piece who can help the defense disguise coverages, tighten up the middle of the secondary, and play the kind of disciplined, matchup-aware football that fits a Mike Macdonald-style structure.
Another guy that is specifically for a certain position to fit what we're trying to do. That's why I said the beauty of having the number 1 pick, you know what you need. We know who we're going to draft, so now let's put everything in place before he gets here. And we're not done. We got a whole month before the draft. There's still free agency along. Free agency don't stop after tomorrow. It keeps going. So there's going to be more guys out there. Oh, fuck! And I just read now. Reek Woolen is going to the Philadelphia Eagles. God dang! I was hoping he was going to come here, man. But it is what it is. I think they're going to rely on what we got. Like, we got Johnson coming in at the slot. We got Eric Stokes that they re-signed at corner. You got God dang it, a rookie from last year, man, with a P. Last name with a P, man. I'm gonna remember in a minute. My mind is going 100 miles a minute. I got man, it's a lot of shit going on, man, but I'm excited. I can't wait to look forward to what's gonna happen next. The Raiders spy tech, really. But now I'm gonna go outside of spy tech. We gotta give props to Tom Brady. Tom Brady said, and I heard this on the podcast. It is said that Tom Brady said, if you do trade Max Crosby, do not trade him to the Patriots. He must hate the Patriots. That boy, hey, thank God he's on the team. And another thing I'm gonna give Tom Brady props on. Tom Brady knows what the fuck he's doing. Working this shit like he's worked as a minority owner. This is why Mark Davis entrusted him. You and Spike Tech got the show. Because if you go back down the timeline and look at all the pieces that he wanted here, we didn't get everything we wanted. Last year, we didn't want Pete Carroll. The envision of Tom Brady was he wanted Matthew Stafford at cornerback and Ben Johnson as motherfucking coach. Ben Johnson took Chicago to the NFC Championship. Matthew Stafford, one MVP type caliber quarterback again. Can you imagine putting Stafford with Ben Johnson? Because look what he did with Caleb Williams. What do you think he could have done with Stafford? That's what Brady's envision was, but it didn't happen that way. So we had to settle. This time around, there was no fucking settling. They went out and identified who they wanted the head coach to be in Clint Kubiak. Done deal. Quarterback, y'all may want to sleep on Mendoza. I hear other people that ain't Raider fans talking about he's not even they saying he's a third-round pick talent. Shut your bitch ass up. How about whoever said he's a third-round talent, eat a dick up till you hiccup. Speed on before you get peed on. All that good shit. You sound like a fucking hater. And that's the only ones opening their mouth about Mendoza coming to the Raiders. Because if it was any other team, number 1 overall, picking Mendoza, oh, it's a beautiful fit. He's going to fit in perfectly with the bullshit offense they run. That's all we would have been hearing. But you know what? Ha ha! The joke's on you, Jack. He's coming to be a Raider. Everything's being put in place for him to succeed as a Raider. The only thing you got to worry about is whoever your team is that you grew up cheering for, we're going to beat the dog shit out of them, and I hope you're there to witness it live. I hope it's the worst feeling. I hope it's worse than getting kicked in the balls when you see this shit. Because for a team you hate so much, you wish us the worst possible things that could happen to a team with the number 1 overall pick. You want us to draft the bust. So you putting it out there that Mendoza's going to be a bust. That's basically what you're saying. He's a third-round talent. He ain't going to do shit. I know different. He may not be the most gifted physically person in the world, but I know motherfuckers with mindsets like him, they move mountains. They organize people. People follow them. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be a leader. The strongest and the fastest will follow you, and they can take care of that part. So with today being over with this show, man, I thank y'all. Yes, indeed, man. Great show. Man, please like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. Hit that motherfucking notification bell. We don't bite tongues here. We speak what's on our mind. Shout out to my chat. Man, y'all do this shit. Y'all hold it down for me. And I thank y'all, man, for the support and love that y'all give me on this channel. About to keep it raw and uncut. Fuck everybody that don't fuck with me. I don't eat a dick. If you don't fuck with Lunatic, something wrong with you. Because I'm one of them ones you can get along with. And it doesn't matter where you come from, walks of life. I fucks with you. You fucks with me. So with that being said, man, hey, y'all did y'all thing, man. Thank y'all to the 160 watching. Man, thank y'all. Please subscribe to the channel. Once we get to 3,000, now it's my job to show you guys my appreciation by giving one lucky subscriber a brand new TV shipped to your door. Yes, indeed. Lunatic gotcha. And don't forget the 3rd annual home opener kickoff at the Paris, Las Vegas pool party. Who doesn't like a pool party? September. You already know. Home opener pool party. And I'm going to tell you who I believe home opener will be. I believe the home opener will be week 1 in Las Vegas. Week 1 in Las Vegas versus the Seattle Seahawks. Why? because we got majority of Seattle's coaching staff here that want they motherfucking rings. You feel me? We got majority of the Seattle Seahawks coaching staff here in Vegas that want they motherfucking rings. So while your ass is here, come give Clint Kubiak his ring, Dennison his ring, and everybody else who came along for the ride, because this is going to be a hell of a ride, y'all. Hey, strap your seatbelts, grab onto your seats, and throw 2 middle fingers like Gino would do, but do it at the adversaries and not your home team. With that being said, man, I'm Lunatic Raider. This has been the Lunatic Raider Show. I will see y'all tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Y'all know what it is. If nobody loves you, fuck them. It's one nation and only one nation. Fuck the rest. I'm Lunatic Raider, and I'm out this bitch. Ha ha! Go Raiders and fuck the haters.
Yeah, it's more than football, this family, this legacy, Raiders allegiance, a paper hound entertainment production.